Hey, what's up, geeks? So in this video, I'm going to cover state management. I can't remember the student that asked me, but I'm going to post his comment right below so you guys can probably see it right now. But in this video, I'm going to cover state management. Now, state management, when you understand the main concept around it, is pretty easy. State basically means changes. So any kind of changes to your application, that is what the state is. That's what the state is referring to. Let's take Instagram, for example. When somebody creates a post on Instagram and then you like that post, that is an action that updates the state. When you log into your application, that is an action. Logging in, pressing that login button, that is an action that updates the state. So once you log in, you go from the login page to the main page, and then that's a change in the state. If you were to type in a comment and then press enter to enter that comment, that is a change in the state. So any kind of changes that requires the user's actions are state changes. Now, if we take a look at Redux, okay, so right now I'm looking at the Redux documentation, and as you can see, here is what an action is called. You can see we have to-dos and the to-do added. Adding a to-do is an action. Color selecting, that's an action, and deleting a to-do is an action. So just as I said on the Instagram example that I gave, actions as far as like liking a post, commenting on a post, logging in, or even adding a reel or adding your own images, those are all actions. Just like on the Redux website, it says to do added, delete to do, those are actions. Now that we have that clear understanding, I'm going to go to the application that I just created. Now here, I have a sample to do. I'm going to go ahead and refresh this. Okay, so now that I refreshed our this testing application, I'm going to take a look at what I have within my useState hook. You can see by default, useState has 3 to-dos. That is homework, study, and sleep. Sleep isn't really a to-do, so I'll say practice. Sports practice. All right, so right now we have 3 to-dos. And currently in the app, we're using our flat list component that is actually going to show those to-dos. Now let's say that we wanted to add a to-do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to console log what we have in our text input. I'm going to console log the value. Go ahead and save that. And I'm going to start our debugger. Inspect. So let me go ahead and put that over here. Now, if we take a look at the console, you can see as I type in, our text is being updated. These are states that change. These are states that are updated on the component side. But this is how the state works. Every time I make an action, such as clicking on my keyboard, what I'm going to say, study, React, native. Every time I add a text, the state is updated. So that's what state is. State is any kind of change that you make that requires the user's action. Any kind of change within the application that requires the user to do anything, that is what state management is. Those are changes made by the user. Now, I'm gonna go back to my, now that you see the text is actually how it's updating and how it works within the text input, I'm gonna go back to our application. And as you can see, when we click on the to-do button, it doesn't actually do anything. So I'm gonna create a function called add to do. And what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to reference the set to do function, an array, And if you're not familiar with the spread operator basically takes everything that currently exists in that array. So what I'm doing when I add the spread operator, just as you see here, I'm saying spread followed by to-dos. I'm going to add any to-dos. All to-dos that are currently within our to-do list, those are going to be added to this array. And then also, whatever to-do that we actually type in, that's going to be added as well. As you can see in our text input, the value, whatever value we set in here is actually going to be the value of our text input, our to-do. So I'm going to take our list of current to-dos and then add the to-do that we have within our text input. I'm going to take this function and I'm going to add it to our on-press or touchable opacity. On-press prop, pass it in just like that. Okay, and now I'm going to just submit what we have here. And as you can see, study React Native, go to work. And all those to-dos, those two to-dos have been added. Just to go a little bit further, if we take a look at the the Redux documentation, it says color selected. Now notice it's referring to a to-do, but let's go ahead and change the color based off of an action that's selected. We should be familiar with dark mode. At least I would expect you guys to be familiar with that. So what I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to say is dark mode for background color and set dark mode. New state false. So by default, we are not in dark mode. I'm going to create a function for updating dark mode. So I'm going to say if, let's say, what is it? What am I looking for? Background color. I'm going to say background color. If dark mode is true, background color is going to be black. Actually, let me take a look at our React colors. There should be like some default dark blue color that comes with React. And what you're looking at right now, guys, this is what all the default colors that come in built into React Native. So I'll go ahead and I don't want to pick blue because that might be a little too drastic, but I'll put like this dark slanted blue. It may look ugly, but it is what it is for this example. So instead of referencing black, I'll say dark blue slanted, and if dark mode is false, it's going to be white. Okay, save that. Now within the safe area view, I'm going to add an array. I'm going to pass in the background color. So by default, the background color is white. So we're going to have to add a button to actually update the dark mode. So I'll go ahead and over my text input, I'm going to add another button. Say touchable opacity. Text. I'll say dark mode. Okay. And some, I'll just leave it like that for now, just for this example. So once I click on, go on press, and I'll say set dark mode, and whatever the opposite of it is, we're going to update its value based off of that, is dark mode. So now double click that. One second, what's going on? So set is dark mode, background color. So we're going to have to console log this. Let's make sure that dark mode is actually being updated. So we console log this. Okay, so it is updating. So if dark mode is true, blue, Okay. There we go. All right. So as you can see, depending on if we select dark mode or not, it's going to update our text, our background color. I'm going to go a step ahead. I'm going to finish styling up this so it looks a little bit presentable. So I'll say style, margin, bottom, place that as 20. Okay. Is dark mode. I'll say turn dark mode on. Save it. And if this is true, update the text as well. So I'll say dark mode button, dark mode text. So is dark mode is true. Turn dark mode off. And if it is false, turn dark mode on. So I'm going to pass in dark mode text. Now you can see when I actually click on this button, this is an action that's taking place. Action was to update the background color for dark mode. And I can press that action again, and it updates the background color again. Now, hopefully that was, you guys understood that. If you didn't understand it, always feel free to reach out to me. Also, I have a React Native course on state management that covers state management, not just going over hooks, it goes over Redux, and it goes over all the libraries associated with Redux that help you update your state. Talking about all that is really out of the scope of this course because it would take way too much time, but I wanted to give you a good understanding of what state management actually is. One of our students asked, and I thought it was a great question. If you want any access to the repos, make sure you subscribe to the Patreon that is located in the description below. When you subscribe to the Patreon, you get access to all repos, and then also you get access to the Slack channel. On the Slack channel, you can reach out to me directly, and I can help you with any of your projects that you need help with, and then also any projects, any of the courses that I actually put out there, if you may need help with that as well. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.